why video is important in the news. These are people who actually spend a lot of money on social media. 91% of people who are marketing with videos say that it's better than every other platform. With the COVID and quarantine, the video views have just gone up like crazy. And on average, video ads cost 10% the cost of other ones. And this is a little bit old, but Facebook captured 24.5% of all video ad spending in the US. What that means is that compared to primetime TV, Super Bowl, commercials, YouTube, everything, 1 out of every $4 went to video ads on Facebook. And everybody knows if you're running a business, you don't keep spending money on something if it's not getting a positive return on investment. It is really taking off. And everybody knows that video works really well to improve your business. So the big question is, what stops people from getting started? I want you to think about these questions as they come up. And if this is you, just type Y as you go, okay? Y for yes. You think you don't look good on camera. If that's you, type Y. If you think you don't look good and that's stopping you. Okay, Y as in the letter yes, Y for yes. Like that. Okay, the letter Y, because typing YES takes too long. Okay, and if you think it takes too much time, is that you? Okay, and you don't have the right equipment. Who here is not starting because they don't have the right equipment? Okay, and even if you did have the right equipment, you don't know what you'd make videos about. And when you do, you wonder who's there to watch. If any of these apply to you, just type a big fat yes in the comments. Awesome. Okay, so I see that there's a lot of people here who relate to this. And if I missed anything, then put that down below. What's the reason? Now, I'm here to give you some good news. The good news is we have a simple policy. It's called the BYOP policy. All right. Now I want you to pay close attention to this because everything I share is dependent on this one thing. If you're getting started, then you don't need an audience. You don't need a product yet. You don't even need any current clients. You don't need a fancy camera like a DSLR camera. What I'm about to show you is going to work in any country in the world for any age. There's just one rule. It's called BYOP. Bring your own phone. Now, if you're here, I want you to hold up your phone because I know that everybody's got one. Like everybody's got one of these. Hold it up so I can see it. You got your phone in your hand? Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm seeing everybody's got a phone. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize this, but you see on the back of your phone, there's these black circles, right? These black circles, people don't know this. It's a industry secret. They're cameras, right? These are cameras. Do you know that? And on the other side, let's see, if you have like a little Wi-Fi signal there, that means you're online. Let me see. There we are. So if you have one of these rectangular objects sitting lying around and you got a black circle on one side and you have a Wi-Fi signal, then you have everything you need to start making money for your business on social media using video. Now, if you don't have it, if you don't have one of these devices, then go get one because what I'm about to show you is going to freaking blow your mind. But first I need to take you to a very special room. You've probably seen this today already. And we're going to talk about mindset while we sit in this room together. We're going to close this door and there's a 3-step toilet mindset we need to adopt in order for this to work. I know I got your attention right now because you're wondering, what are we doing in the toilet stall together? Well, I'll explain very logically. According to Buffer, and these guys have a lot of information about social media and they know what's going on because there are really, really big scheduling software that a lot of businesses use. And they found that, mobile versus desktop, they found that square format videos on mobile, and that's that the gray bar all the way to the right, outperforms everything else. Now let's look at this. Mobile videos are watched without audio. In fact, according to Facebook, they found that 85% of videos on Facebook are watched without sound. And this is according to Facebook. Now, CNBC, these guys did a study and they wanted to figure out what are people actually doing with their phones in the bathroom. They found that the people that are surveyed, out of the people that are surveyed, 69% said they're using their phone while in the toilet. Now, most likely 31% of people lied because I think everybody has at some point used their phone in the bathroom. But here's the thing. If 69%, which is the low end, just the people who are willing to admit it, say they're using their phone while in the bathroom, then why are we not making all of the marketing content specifically tailored to the person with their pants around their ankles, sitting down with the phone in hand. We should be thinking, how can we make content for that person, right? And I started thinking like, well, if the majority of my audience is there, then we need to make some assumptions about this. Now, VJ says it's true. VJ, I hope it's not true right now as you're typing that, but no judgment if it is true to you at this moment. 3 assumptions. Now, here we see a handsome Asian man, headphones around his neck, pointing his finger. Do you know what he's talking about? Nobody has any idea who this person is or what he's going to share. So you're most likely not going to watch it. Now, here's an interesting number. 5.6 miles. Now, I got to convert that to kilometers because I'm speaking to an Asian audience here. But that is how many pages of social media content we scroll through each year. The news feeds, you're scrolling with your finger, over 5 miles is the average, which is nuts, right? So if we hope to get someone's attention while they're sitting in the toilet, then we need to do a few things. Number one, we need to assume they're distracted. People don't go to Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram to look for you. People go there as a distraction. If people go to YouTube as a destination site, they go to Google as a destination, they're there to sit down and do some research or watch their favorite content. People go to Facebook because they have nothing better to do in the moment. Therefore, we must stop them with a headline. If we can't get them to stop scrolling, then everything you say is useless. So watch this. Now we have a headline on top of the video frame, 3 ways to win her back. Now imagine that you just got out of a relationship and you want to get back in. This 99% chance is going to get you to stop scrolling long enough for you to just hear this guy's first few words of his video. And that is how we need to think about things. How can we get people to stop scrolling so your video can autoplay? And then I'll explain to you what happens next. So that's assumption number 1. We're going to assume they're distracted. Now, assumption number 2 is we're going to assume they are deaf. The number, guys, is 85%. 85% of the viewers don't have earbuds in. That's a big majority, right? So what happens is that if people can't hear you, they're going to try to read you. If they can't hear you or read you, they're going to put you into what's called the black hole. And I'll explain what that is in a second. But what we need to do in order to keep them is to add captions and burn them into the video itself. We don't want these automatically generated captions. They're terrible accuracy, especially if you're not like if you didn't grow up in the US, then it chops up your accent like terrible. I can't understand what you're saying. So you need to get these burned in. Now, here's assumption number 3. We're going to assume they are busy, right? Now, as I'm explaining the scenario, I want you to type yes into the comments if this has happened to you. You're watching a video and you think, hey, this is really great. This is interesting. And about 2 minutes into the video, you start wondering, I wonder how long this video is. And then you just tap the screen or you just nudge it a little bit, and then you see the timeline, right? And you see there's 58 minutes remaining. What do? We do save for later. Whoever has ever done save for later, put your hand up. Right? Okay, now let me ask you a question. Who here has ever gone into, and who here even knows where the save for later folder is and actually goes and watches the videos that you save for later? Very few people. The save for later folder is called the black hole, and you never, ever, ever want to get saved for later because 99% of the chance it's just the black hole. So what we need to do is we need to get the ideal length to not scare people away with it. So we need to keep it short. Now, we've done over 4,000 videos with our agency for various clients around the world. And looking at the data from all these, we discovered that the ideal length is between 2 and 5 minutes when you're reaching a cold audience. That means people who don't know you yet. Now, these are 3 things I'm sharing with you right off the bat, because